I would say from my side, one scenario I've seen a lot with my customers was linked to Glenn's point earlier around the physical storage. We do get a lot of customers who ask around the time travel settings in BigQuery, because one thing that is included in the physical storage cost is the cost of time travel and fail-safe storage. So I've had a lot of EMEA customers ask me whether that setting can be tweaked. The answer is yes, you can tweak your time travel settings in BigQuery to be lower than the default. I believe you can go down to a minimum of 2 days currently, I believe, looking at the documentation. But we'll add the documentation for that into the resources afterwards. But that's worth considering, because as Glenn mentioned, if you were to run the scripts that we mentioned and find that physical storage isn't more cost effective for yourselves, it may be that a lot of that could be down to time travel data rather than even the compression ratios. So I've seen a lot of my customers be unaware of the amount of time travel data they've got, and they realize they didn't need as much of it. Dev data sets, for example, in particular, it's worth considering that, and also maybe looking into BigQuery time travel as to whether you even need it and whether you need to go back in time 7 days on your dev data to improve things there. So that's just something I wanted to mention as a trend I've seen a lot of my customers recently.
Yeah, and the segue from that, actually, one thing to mention about time travel and the failsafe is those are billed at active physical billing rates. Yes. I know we had a customer in EMEA recently that I was helping on a ticket on, where they had a very, very large table they deleted that hit into their time travel and their failsafe because they deleted it, it stored it there. And they were wondering why they went from long-term storage, which is what their table was, went to active storage. They got a huge bill. Yeah. The reason was because it converted it to active storage during that failsafe period, their time travel period. So just something to be aware of if you're going to be deleting large tables like that and they're on physical storage. You might look at trying to convert them over. I can't remember the conversion. There's a time period on conversion that I think it's like 30 days or 90 days, something like that. You've converted back afterwards. So if you're going to do that, that might be something to look at doing, is to convert as a logical before you delete the table. So that way you're not going to be stuck with 14 days of active storage, or 14 plus your time travel days of active storage in there. So just something to be aware of, is a little nuance that we've only seen it once, which is a ticket that we got last week. And that was kind of I had to do a double take.
You guys went into like a rabbit hole.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. It was a huge rabbit hole that I know I was pulled into it, and I was kind of looking like, I don't know. And I had to dig in. So it's just a nuance that has happened once, but hopefully somebody will catch it and think about that before they run it and before they rack up a huge bill unexpectedly. Because that's exactly what this was for one of our customers.